Good evening and welcome to the State of Business on Now Television. I'm Chamal Fernando. Let's have a look at the headlines. Sri Lanka's tourism soars with over 200,000 visitors in January. Sri Lanka and Thailand focuses on enhanced economic integration. Now the news in detail. Sri Lanka's tourism industry began the new year on a high note, welcoming over 200,000 international visitors in January, making a remarkable 103% year-on-year growth compared to January 2023. Despite this impressive growth, the tourist arrival rate fell below the projections set by the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority. The SLTDA had anticipated a range of tourist arrival for January, with the lower case scenario projecting approximately 223,000 arrivals and the upper scenario estimating over 241,000 arrivals. However, the actual arrivals fell short of these expectations, missing the lower case scenario target by approximately 6.6%. Furthermore, January 2024 saw a slight decrease in tourist arrivals compared to December 2023, which recorded over 210,000 arrivals. Analysis of the data reveals that the weekly arrival average was around 47,000 visitors, with a daily average of approximately 6,700 arrivals. India remained the largest contributor to Sri Lanka's tourism traffic, accounting for 16% of total arrivals, followed closely by the Russian Federation at 15%. The United Kingdom ranked third, contributing 8% of the total arrivals. Other significant markets included Germany, China, France, Poland, Australia, and the United States, highlighting the diverse range of countries contributing to Sri Lanka's tourism industry. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said that in order to enhance the regional logistics network and equip Sri Lanka to emerge as a logistics hub in the region, collaboration with Thailand is crucial. The president said this at a meeting with the business communities from Sri Lanka and Thailand recently.
I welcome the Prime Minister's proposal on the land bridge of Kra Canal. Well, from there, the ports of Sri Lanka open. Colombo, Hambantota. We are developing Trincomalee with India, which means when the connectivity comes to India, whole of South India can come to Trincomalee and use the Kra land bridge. It's up to you, Prime Minister, to market it there in India. We are ready for it. So there is potential in all this. Not merely it going to India, but also our ports are also connected. We will be connecting to Africa. We are already connected to Europe. We are also looking at the new roads that will come, both the Chava port in Iran, which will take you to Central Asia, and the new India, UAE, Middle East, Europe route. So all the routes are there. This is why it is very important for us to work together in this field, because we are all hoping to become regional logistics centers. This is a part of our transformation. We also discussed some of the other areas. I said renewable energy. If you can put floating solar, then we have enough reservoirs in Sri Lanka. We built enough for them. They are the ones built by the ancient kings and the ones that we built 20 years ago. But we have excess renewable energy in Sri Lanka. We talked of agriculture modernization and fisheries modernization. In respect of fisheries, the two governments will work to get the private sectors on both sides together. We've asked for help with our private sector to join in how we can modernize agriculture.
Speaking at the Business Forum, Prime Minister Setha Thavisin highlighted potential collaborations in Sri Lanka's hospitality industry, covering food and beverages, hotel supplies, and skill development through cooperation between academics and hospitality institutes.
Looking at the strengths of our economies, let me give you a few suggestions of what Thailand and Sri Lanka can collaborate on. In the trade sector, our bilateral trade last year saw a growth of 16%, accounted for 7.4% and 43% increase in export from Thailand and Sri Lanka, respectively. In the manufacturing sector, Sri Lanka seafood processing stands prominent among others. The collaboration between companies from our two countries have the potential to supercharge this industry to market around the globe. Other intermediate goods from Thailand can also support Sri Lanka industrial development, including latex and plastic for automotive parts. Components for electric appliances chemicals for construction materials, and fabrics for garment and manufacturing. In the service sector, Thailand can contribute to the Sri Lankan growing hospitality industry, ranging from food and beverages to hotel supplies, as well as skills development and capacity building through cooperation between our academy and hospitality institutes. In the tourism sector, both sides can take advantage of the close cultural and religious bonds between our peoples. I just informed the President and members of the press earlier that Thai Airways International will resume daily commercial flights between Bangkok and Colombo on 31st of March of this year.
Stay tuned, we will return after this commercial break. Welcome back. Minister of Foreign Affairs Ali Sabri said that the government is working on finalizing more trade agreements similar to the one with Thailand, particularly with ASEAN countries, enabling Sri Lankan business access to the larger global market. Minister Ali Sabri said this speaking at the Presidential Media Center recently.
President Wickremesinghe, ever since he had taken over, had made a lot of effort to quickly enter into free trade so that we give a larger market to our people and our products. Mr. Veerasinghe is here. He is heading our expert panel who is negotiating with free trade agreement. We have negotiated with the free trade agreement, one with Singapore, so we need to activate that. The Thailand one is very, very important for us. In terms of this, we are also planning technical collaboration, more joint investment, venture partnerships, free visa in order to allow traffic from the both sides. This is not the end. We will start our negotiation on the 23rd with Indonesia, huge market, which is now expected to be the world's fourth biggest economy by 2050 with 300 million people. We are also planning to start with the other ASEAN countries. We are discussing with China. We are also want to further discuss with Indian market with 1.4 billion people, tipped to be the third biggest economy by 2028 and second biggest economy by 2050.
Opposition MP Harshada Silva said that in order to ensure operational efficiency within the public sector, different ministers and government institutes must share a common policy. The opposition MP said this speaking at a forum hosted by the Advocata Institute in Colombo recently.
The Industries Ministry wanted para-tariffs imposed on a whole bunch of things, whereas just previous or business was to remove para-tariffs of 300 items. So there is obvious contradiction, right? So there has to be alignment. Ministries can't have different policies. Para-tariff policy is one that has to be articulated by the top and the Ministry of Finance. And once the Ministry of Finance articulates that policy, Ministry of Industries or whoever else it is, Ministry of Health, Pharmaceuticals, whatever, will have to abide by. Right? So the issue, Rohan, with the SDP Act, as Thilan very correctly pointed out, is there are no real guidelines. Another issue that probably most of you also saw of the video clip when HCL Technologies came for a 16-year tax holiday and 12 years after that 50% of whatever tax that would exist at the time. I asked a simple question, what is the tax expenditure? And the chairman of the BOI had absolutely no idea. And he said, I'll check with them and come back to you.
The edX Expo 2024, Sri Lanka's premier education fair, is set to commence from 9 to 11 February at the Sri Lanka Exhibition and Convention Centre in Colombo and from 17th to 18th February at the Kandy City Centre in Kandy. The event aims to enlighten youth about opportunities in higher education, training, employment and entrepreneurship in Sri Lanka. The expo will feature leading local and international universities and higher education institutions, offering students a centralized platform to explore various higher education options. It facilitates an efficient method for students to identify suitable qualification for their career aspiration. Many institutions will also offer partial or full scholarships exclusively through the edX Expo. A significant highlight of edX Expo 2024 is Sri Lanka's first ever climate clock, presented by edX Think Green, the sustainability arm of the initiative. As part of the Expo's 20th edition, edX Entrepreneur will introduce the Entrepreneurs Arena, featuring one-to-one discussion sessions on entrepreneurship. The event will host 132 local and foreign education provider stalls in Colombo and 60 stalls in Kandy, featuring universities from Australia, Canada, Japan, France, the UAE, Pakistan, India, and China. Japanese ambassador in Sri Lanka, Mitsukashi Hideaki, will inaugurate the event as the chief guest, making the 20th edX Expo.
Sustaining an event of this magnitude and significance for 20 years is not an easy task. Keeping up with the times, evolving and changing to incorporate current trends, as well as staying up to date with the latest technology is no mean feat. I'm proud to say that edX has not only successfully navigated these complexities, but has in fact excelled in it by maintaining its status as the largest and foremost education exposition and job fair.
Stay tuned for the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on positive notes today. The all-share price index gained 94.60 points to close at 10,525.39, and the S&P SL 20 gained 49.85 points to close at 2,992.88. The turnover was 0.8 billion rupees and over 42 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook.